Most people think they know the Harry Potter world just because they've seen the movies a bunch of times or memorized a few spells. But honestly, the movies only show the surface. The actual wizarding world in the books and deeper lore is way more complicated and sometimes much darker than what most fans realize. There are details in the story that barely get mentioned, hints hidden in dialogue, and world-building choices that you only notice if you really pay attention. And those things completely change how you look at the characters, the magic system, and even Hogwarts itself. So in this video, we're going over 10 facts about the Harry Potter universe that most fans have no idea about, even the hardcore ones. These aren't basic trivia points. These are the weird, hidden, and honestly kind of shocking details that show just how deep this world really goes. 1. Voldemort was born broken. His soul never started whole. People love saying Tom Riddle became evil because he made Horcruxes. That sounds neat, but it is wrong. His soul did not break when he killed someone. It was already fractured the moment he existed. He was conceived under a love potion. Not real connection, not human emotion, a magically forced obsession. Souls in the wizarding world come from intention, emotion, and life energy. Voldemort came from coercion and control. That is not romantic tragedy. That is corrupted origin. From childhood, he could not feel empathy. Not because he chose cruelty, because he literally did not have the emotional wiring to understand kindness or attachment. His mind defaulted to domination and fear. So when he made Horcruxes later, he did not split a clean soul. He shattered one that was already cracked. He did not lose humanity. He never had it. 2. Dementors multiply through despair, not biology. People imagine dementors breeding like monsters. But this is worse. They do not reproduce through physical means. They grow in places where hope dies, where suffering sits long enough to rot into despair. Darkness creates them. Fear feeds them. They spread like infection, not species. When societies collapse or war rises, dementors multiply without anyone touching them. They do not need bodies. They need broken minds and dying hope. That means every time the wizarding world fears Voldemort, dementors do not just appear. They thrive. The Ministry did not control them. It tolerated them like governments tolerate dangerous weapons. Dementors are not guards. They are a consequence of human misery. And wizard society let them exist because fear was easier than fixing the world. 3. Wizards do age slower, but only powerful ones. Fans always joke that McGonagall never ages, or that Dumbledore being over 100 looks normal. That is not luck or good diet. It is magical reinforcement of the body. Powerful wizards unconsciously preserve their life force. Transfiguration masters reshape existence daily. Defensive magic sharpens instinct. Advanced spellcraft strengthens the mind beyond normal human limits. Weak wizards age like humans. Strong ones stretch life by sheer magical saturation and will. The magic inside them refuses to decay. Time bends around power. There is no immortality, but there is resistance to time. Magic does not just change the world outside, it changes the body that channels it. 4. Hogwarts survives because of a blood pact between the founders. Hogwarts does not stand because of spells. It stands because 4 powerful witches and wizards bound their own blood and life essence to the land and castle. That is not enchantment, that is ritual sacrifice. The shifting staircases, the living rooms, the castle waking during battles, these are not design features. They are reflexes. Hogwarts reacts like a living organism because it was built with soul and blood, not stone and spell alone. That is why it cannot simply collapse. That is why even Voldemort could not destroy it. He faced ancient magic bound by founders who believed students needed protection even beyond death. Hogwarts is a guardian, not a building. 5. Polyjuice potion forces soul overlap and identity bleed. Polyjuice is not a disguise, it is temporary identity fusion. The potion does not just change skin and voice, it forces your magic and consciousness to sync with the imprint of another person. That is why the transformation hurts. Your body is resisting intrusion. Your mind is sharing space with another identity. Long-term use causes memory confusion, personality blending, and emotional instability. Barty Crouch Jr. did not just pretend to be moody. His sense of self slowly dissolved. He lived inside another identity until his reality cracked. Polyjuice is not trickery. It is temporary soul distortion. That is dark magic, disguised as school curriculum. 6. The veil in the Department of Mysteries is not death, it is a predator. Everyone thinks the veil is symbolic, but Harry hears whispers for a reason. The veil is ancient, conscious, and hungry. It is not a door. It is a lure. It listens for minds touched by grief or curiosity, and it pulls. People do not fall through by accident. They are drawn. It does not take life. It claims souls. Wizards who study death too long begin hearing the veil even outside the room. That is why the department keeps it hidden. Death in this world is not peaceful passage. It is a force that watches, listens, and waits for the mind to crack. 7. The trace is not ministry surveillance. It is blood magic. Fans think the ministry tracks underage wizards like a GPS. Ridiculous. They cannot even identify who cast the spell. They detect magical presence because ancient blood wards anchor wizarding families to magical energy. The trace is a blanket blood enchantment, not government spell work. Harry was monitored more strongly not because of rules, but because his mother's sacrificial blood protection amplified his magical signature. The system is old, primal, and invasive. The ministry uses it the way a kingdom uses a forgotten curse. Tracking is not technology. It is blood and lineage and binding magic still active centuries later. Horcruxes rot magic like disease, not injury. Most people think Horcruxes simply split souls. No, they corrupt magic itself. Magic responds to soul resonance. When the soul fractures, magic becomes unstable, volatile, and aggressive. Voldemort did not just lose appearance, he lost control. His spells became brutal instead of elegant. His power twisted into raw destructive force because there was no coherent self channeling it. Immortality did not raise him above humanity. It pushed him below it. His magic turned into corrupted instinct instead of refined control. Horcruxes are not immortality tools. They are self-mutilation that eventually eats the user. 9. House elves are enslaved by ancient curses, not culture. The idea that house elves love serving wizards is a lie built on magical chains. Dark wizard families centuries ago bound elf minds and instincts using enchantments that force obedience and loyalty. Dobby did not have freedom issues. He had trauma. Winky did not collapse because she was weak. She collapsed because loyalty was magically tied to identity. Elves do not serve because they choose servitude. They serve because rebellion feels like breaking their own mind. They are victims of magical brainwashing. Wizard society pretends it is tradition to avoid responsibility. The ministry never freed elves. It maintained slavery with politeness and pretended it was culture. 10. The Elder Wand follows death, not worthiness. People say the wand chooses the wizard. That works for normal wands. The Elder Wand chooses whoever is closest to taking life. It does not serve skill or loyalty. It serves violence. It attaches to whoever can kill, defeat, or dominate the previous owner. It feeds on power transferred through death. Dumbledore understood this completely. That is why he arranged his own death at Snape's hand. He was not avoiding a curse. He was trying to starve the wand of conquest. The Elder Wand does not reward greatness. It hunts blood. Outro. Harry Potter is not a fairy tale. It is a world built on ancient power, psychological weight, and moral consequences. Magic is not pretty. It is dangerous, sentient, and deeply tied to soul, identity, and sacrifice. Most fans memorize spells and think they know the story, but the truth is hidden in the quiet lore, the uncomfortable lore, the parts that make you rethink everything. If you want more of these deep canon breakdowns, where we strip away the movie gloss and actually dive into the real nature of magic, stay here. Because this story only gets darker, smarter, and more interesting the deeper you go.